Yes, Executor? To get out, I must kill these Zerglings with my psi abilities. I hear you. It shall be done. Tarakala! It shall be done. Of course, it shall be done. For Adun, it shall be done. For Adun, Tarakala house! Your will, it shall be done. For Adun. Adun! How may I help? Tarakala! For Adun, Tarakala! I long for combat. How may I help? Of course, Tarakala! Entaro Adun, Executor! I hear you. For Adun, it shall be done. For Adun. Of course, it shall be done. Tarakala! Your will. I hear you. How may I help? It shall be done. Your will. It shall be done. Tarakala! It shall be done. For Adun. Your will. For Adun. Tarakala! For Adun. Tarakala! It shall be done. Tarakala! Your will. Of course. It shall be done. For Adun. How may I help?
Thank you, Executor. I thought that I am dead for sure.
Tarakala! I hear you. Tarakala! For Adun. Tarakala! How may I help? Yes, Executor. For Adun. Tarakala! For Adun. Tarakala! Of course. Your will. Tarakala! For Adun. Yes, Executor. I hear you. For Adun. Tarakala! Of course. It shall be done. Your will. Of course. For Adun.
Waiting instructions.
It shall be done. Of course. For Adun.
Make use of me. Receiving. Awaiting instructions.
How may I help? Of course. I hear you. Tarakala! Of course. For Adun. Of course. For Adun. Tarakala! For Adun. Yes, Executor? How may I help? Tarakala! Of course. It shall be done. Of course. It shall be done. How may I help? Tarakala! Of course. It shall be done.
Your warrior
Tarakala! For Adun. Of course. For Adun. It shall be done. Tarakala!
This is our chance. Let's make a break for it.
Of course. Tarakala! Yes, Executor?
Keep fighting, boys. We're almost there.
For Adun.
the enemy.
Of course. It shall be done. Of course. For Adun. Tarakala. It shall be done.
Transmitted for vengeance.
Yes, Executor. It shall be done. Of course. How may I help? I hear you. Tarakala! Of course. It shall be done.
Hello, Doran Ruth here. The expedition to the Koprulu sector was surprisingly fruitful. The crystals we have found there seem to be full of alien knowledge. I look at them, and it's like they're telling me stories. I started to have dreams about great battles waged millennia ago, between the defenders of life and some dark god. This may sound like fantasy, but it was real. having happened in the same galaxy with our sinful Earth, and in the same sector where the prisoners I have sent ended up. What if we're actually playthings of far greater powers waiting for us in space?
I hear you. It shall be done. Of course. It shall be done.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Yes, Executor? For Adun, Tarakala! Of course. It shall be done. Of course.
Enemies must be eradicated.
I hear you. Of course. It shall be done. For Adun, it shall be done. Yes, Executor? Will? It shall be done. Tarakala!
Your answers.
Your will? Of course. It shall be done.
Sakaranos.
How may I help? For Adun. How may I help? Yes, Executor?
Transmit.
Will? I hear you. Of course.
Resolved.
It shall be done. For Adun.
These Terrans must have put up a fight. Too bad it was not enough.
Tarakala! For Adun. Tarakala! For Adun. Tarakala! It shall be done. Tarakala! Of course. For Adun.
I knew you would find us, Executor.
Tarakala! It shall be done. For Adun. Of course. For Adun. Yes, Executor? Tarakala! I hear you. Of course. For Adun. It shall be done. For Adun.
Instructions.
It shall be done. Tarakala! I hear you. It shall be done. For Adun. It shall be done. Tarakala! Of course. It shall be done. I hear you. Of course. Tarakala! Of course. It shall be done. Tarakala! It shall be done. Of course. Tarakala! For Adun. Of course. For Adun. It shall be done. Of course. For Adun. It shall be done. Tarakala! Of course. Tarakala! Of course. For Adun. I hear you. Of course. For Adun. Tarakala! For Adun. Your will? Of course. Tarakala!
Thank you, Stephanie. Confirmed.
I hear you. For Adun. It shall be done. Of course. How may I help? Of course.
Man calls.
Your will? I hear you.
I dedicate my power to your cause.
Tarakala! Of course. It shall be done. Of course. It shall be done. For Adun. Tarakala! For Adun. Of course. Tarakala!
You have come just in time.
Tarakala! Of course.
I launched my call.
Yes, Executor? Tarakala! For Adun. Tarakala! It shall be done. For Adun. Tarakala!
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
For Adun! Your will? Of course. For Adun! Your will? For Adun! I hear you. For Adun! It shall be done. For Adun!
Enemy detected. Eradicate.
Your will? How may I help? For Adun! Of course. It shall be done. Will? How may I help? For Adun!
The creatures we have discovered on the planet, the crystals, are fascinating. Their reproductive cycles seem very fast, and the analysis showed the same DNA sequences in different strains. Though this appears in Earth organisms too, here it looks like a result of genetic engineering. If so, then who created these things? I can't believe that they're mere animals.
Of course. For Adun! Of course. It shall be done. For Adun! It shall be done. Of course. For Adun! It shall be done. For Adun! It shall be done. For Adun! Tarakala! It shall be done. For Adun! Yes, Executor? Tarakala! Of course. Tarakala! It shall be done. Of course. It shall be done. Yes, Executor? For Adun! Yes, Executor? Tarakala! Of course. It shall be done. Yes, Executor? Tarakala!
I long for everlasting night being. Stop. It shall be done.
I hear you. Warriors have been called. For Adun! It shall be done. For Adun! It shall be done. For Adun! Tarakala! For Adun! Tarakala! Yes, Executor? For Adun! Tarakala! Of course. It shall be done. For Adun! I hear you. How may I help? It shall be done. Of course.
I heed thy call.
Tarakala! It shall be done. For Adun!
I heed thy call.
Your will? For Adun! Tarakala! For Adun! Tarakala! Of course. It shall be done. For Adun! How may I help?
What man calls your thoughts? Stop. You think it's legend. Your thoughts. I heed thy call.
Your will? Of course. For Adun! It shall be done. Of course. It shall be done. Tarakala! It shall be done. Tarakala! For Adun! It shall be done. Tarakala! It shall be done. For Adun! It shall be done. For Adun! Tarakala! Yes, Executor? Of course. Tarakala! For Adun! Tarakala! It shall be done. Yes, Executor? For Adun. How may I help? Tarakala! How may I help?
The creatures have bred and took over most of the platform. It's a matter of time when they consume it entirely. My experiment failed again. I must reach the Earth and warn the League about the danger in Koprulu sector. They should know.
I hear you. Tarakala! Of course. It shall be done. Of course. For Adun. Of course. Tarakala!
I heed thy call. It shall be done. I long for combat.
I hear you. Tarakala!
State thy bidding. Instructions. State thy bidding. Your thoughts. I long for combat. It's all true.
How may I help? It shall be done. Of course. It shall be done. How may I help? It shall be done. For Adun. It shall be done. Tarakala. It shall be done. For Adun. Of course. It shall be done. For Adun. Of course. It shall be done. Tarakala! For Adun.
State thy bidding.
How may I help? Of course. It shall be done. Of course.
I knew you would find us, Executor.
Executor! Mojo was just taken away by the Zerg.
Shall be
I
done.
tried to stop them, but there were too many. They said he is to be experimented by their master.
Then we have no time to lose. Mojo must be freed. Yes, Executor? Of course.
Pathetic fools. You will not stop us from receiving what has been promised.
Mojo!
Don't despair. You'll soon be joining him.
Executor, I sense floor traps around the Zerg leader. I believe these 3 Hydralisks are helping maintain them.
Tarakala! Yes, Executor?
Serach, you think as I do. It shall be done. I heed thy call. State thy bidding, user. You think as I do. My plans. I lost the combat machine. Colossus.
Yes, Executor? It shall be done. Yes, Executor? It shall be done. For Adun. Of course. It shall be done. For Adun. Your will? It shall be done. For Adun. Of course. For Adun. I hear you. Tarakala. It shall be done.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Of course. Tarakala. For Adun. Of course. Your will? For Adun. Of course.
I am needed. Mitora. Serach. Transmitted. Serach.
Tarakala. Of course. For Adun.
The Master would be most displeased if I allowed you to escape. His will must be done.
Perhaps you and the Master can discuss it in the afterlife. How may I help?
You think as I do. It shall be done. Transmitted, I heed thy call. It shall be done. You think as I do.
shall be done. For Adun. Of course. Tarakala. Of course.
Transmit. What now calls your thoughts? Overwhelming. The purging is complete. Destroy. Eradicate. Destroy.
For Adun. Yes, Executor. For Adun. Yes, Executor.
Isatu, thus I serve. Your walls.
Your will? Tarakala.
We need focus.
How may I help? For Adun. It shall be done. Of course, it shall be done. Of course. Yes, Executor. Tarakala.
She house. Go, Kola.
I hear you.
Transmit. Trust the wild. Isatu. Thus I
I
serve.
hear you.
The vision told me you would lead my people off this platform. You do not have much time. Go.
But you and your people are coming with us.
It is too late. I am already gone.
Those of you who wish to follow me will face many dangers. It will not be easy, but if you wish to join us, you are welcome.
Yes, Executor. Pretty soon there will be nothing left here anyway. We come with you.
It shall be done.
Power overwhelming.
Your will?
Escape pattern inefficient. Your efforts unimpressive.
Where is that voice coming from?
I do not know, but we have no time to waste. This complex is about to collapse. Yes, Executor?